saying that loud. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's episode.
Why did you leave me? My taste and smell. Why did you leave me, girl? I can't taste a thing when you're not inside me. My little friends, my taste buds, if you will, inside my mouth and in my nose. I can't smell shit. No, I can't smell shit. I tried to eat a chip earlier and lots of salsa, and that's when I realized I can't taste nothing. I can't taste anything. This beat is kinda weird. I thought it was gonna be a slow song, but I guess I'm rapping. And I ain't taste nothing for a minute. Shit, give it in the shower. I almost cried like a flower, like Mayflowers. But anyway, this doesn't make sense. But sense when you lose your senses. And what the fuck is happening? Fuck this shit. Listen, we had enough of that, okay? The fuck kind of song was that? I'm over here breaking it down how I lost my taste and smell. What is this? How is someone supposed to make a banger to that? Okay? Fucking Equinox, Ron Gillenas. I'm supposed to share my pain over that fucking beat? Oh, it's back to being slow. And I don't know what to do with myself, because I can't taste a thing. I can't smell a thing. I lost my senses. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Another quick episode. Why? It's the COVID Chronicles, baby. Okay, we got it. We've been bug chasing since we've been in Texas, but we here now. I can barely taste this Gatorade. It's the weirdest shit ever happening to me. Just like I said in the song, if you want to call that a song, you call it whatever you want. You want to call it shit, you call it shit. But I can't smell or taste shit, okay? It's an odd sensation. You're literally here with me 20 minutes after I realized that I don't have taste and smell anymore. I was bragging to people, okay, being real braggadocious on social media that, I never lost my taste and smell. Yeah, good for you, kind of thing. Thought I was past it. And for some reason, I just had a delayed reaction with losing my taste and smell. But then I Googled it. Apparently it can happen on the 5th and 6th, or the 4th to 5th day. And I think I'm around the 5th, 5 or 6 days. So that's that. I've actually today is the most congested I felt. I'm not terrible right now. Like I can breathe in. I'm doing a little bit better, but I was pretty congested earlier. So I was like, shit, am I just going in waves? But overall, still doing good. Still not, worried or anything like that about this. You look at the science, we're all going to be okay. Statistically. All right. And this gets into weird territory because I understand how charged up everybody is with this. Everything political has been so supercharged. Everything, people's opinions and everything. And it's like, I really don't mind if people ask if I'm vaxxed. People are very, and if they're just genuinely curious. A few sweet people asked on social media. And I'll tell them, and I'll talk about them. But then someone, they want to be rude about it. People, it's so weird. And here's what's happening. Your boy is hitting a point in his life. I had to do this about 3 or 4 times within the last 24 hours. I've had to literally see some very baiting messages of people talking to me a certain way. And I just had to go with Christ and not even look at it, delete it, and just walk away. Okay. Some people I know too. I just had to go, I can't give this energy. Whether I know if they're baiting into an argument and I'm like, I could eviscerate this with facts, But this idea of people saying either, you get vaxxed and blah, 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 unvaccinated, and they want to argue with you and all this dumb shit. We shouldn't give two shits what other people want to do. If you want to get vaccinated, baby. Okay? But don't try to discriminate against people who are vaccinated. As someone tell me I deserve to get sick if I didn't get vaccinated. Go fuck yourself. Okay, that person, I'm done. All right? Because it's a silly idea. All right? And what's also weird is when people, they think that the vaccination is the end all be all of what's taking care of this. It's like, dude, healthcare, you got to take care of yourself. All right. You got to invest in a lifestyle, and just try to be good, especially if you want to talk shit. Like, it's the weirdest thing. I didn't even want to go into that rabbit hole. I didn't even mean to go into there. But it's an odd thing losing your taste and smell. Now, you know what? Fuck it. Put me back in. What do we got here? Yeah, listen. People want to talk shit. I'm here for it. No. But one of the big things, and it's something that I'm trying to get better at. What is that quote? He who is slow to anger. Slow to anger is better than a warrior? I don't know. Oh. He who is slow to anger takes the city. All right, listen, I saw a better quote than that. This is all Bible verses anyway. But basically, I'm trying not to react to things emotionally at all. And it does annoy me when I see now why a lot of people haven't posted that they had COVID when they have it, because people do try to get political with you for no fucking reason. And they try to, there's a lot of stuff where I'm just like, why do you think that this is any of you? Or what grounds do you have to be trying to tell other people what they need to be doing, especially when you don't have any credentials of your own? In a sense, I don't give a shit about actual credentials. I just mean life accomplishments, self-discipline, anything like that. Like, who are you it's fucking, you know what it is? The same people who are telling people to get vaccinated and are living these terrible lifestyles are the same fucking people that are trying to tell Tom Brady how to fucking play football on Monday morning, when they're fucking sitting there with their goddamn cheesy poofs all over their fingers, eating fucking boneless chicken wings and rubbing them on their fucking mom's fucking sofa. They're like, he needs the fucking clutch. He needs to stop playing scared. It's those fucking people. If you're someone that's out there telling people to get vaccinated and not everything in your life is perfect, and you're not just fucking winning, then you shut the fuck up. There, we said it, ladies and gentlemen. And I just mean that metaphorically, And did I just compare myself to Tom Brady? Do I think I'm the GOAT of COVID? No. Tell me, have you ever seen me and a goat in the same room? That doesn't even make sense. But listen, COVID brain is real. Okay. I was on a business meeting earlier this morning, and I was asked to talk, and then I'm literally just looking at the camera, and I'm like, oh, I don't know why I didn't think I was going to talk. It's just your brain stops working a bit. But listen, COVID has been an interesting experience. This is the COVID Chronicles, okay? And I don't recommend it, but it's one of those things. You just got to get through it. We're all going to get through it statistically, all right? I think most of us are going to catch it. Even if you're vaccinated, you're still going to catch it. That's also the weird thing when people try to say that's better for everyone else if you get vaccinated. It's like, no, everybody's still at risk, and you're probably more inclined to get other people sick if you're vaccinated because you don't think you have COVID. If you have some sniffles, you're not immediately going to be like, oh, it's COVID if you're vaccinated. And vaccinated people spread it just as much as unvaccinated. So the real thing is how responsible are you once you get it? Dude, I've been getting tested whenever I feel sick, and I'll stay away from people until I get those results. Literally, once I felt sick at all, I just stayed away from people. I didn't go out anymore. I canceled a show, even when I wasn't even sure if I had COVID. I was like, I could have got through it. But I was like, no, I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to be responsible. But there's plenty of people who just don't give two shits, who are out here just virtue signaling about getting vaccinated and shit. Anyway, can you tell I'm like weirdly hung up on this thing right now? We're going to let it go. We're going to go with Christ. But ladies and gentlemen, one thing that I've allowed myself to do, and this has been a wake-up call, the COVID Chronicles, a wake-up call, is I need to rest more and allow myself to rest. I decided, I was like, I'm going to watch some shit show TV, you know, the kind of TV that does nothing for you. It's not visually inspiring, you know, it's not some great TV show. I decided to watch Naked and Afraid in Love. This show about people who meet on this island. You know, I thought it was going to be more survival shit, and they just was going to be fucksing in between it. You know, like looking for food and looking for fucksing, you know. That's not necessarily the case, because I've come to realize is that none of them have lost weight. You know, that's the one thing about Naked and Afraid is there's nothing to, I mean, it's called Naked and Afraid in Love. So it's like, there's nothing afraid there. They're having a great old time. It's like some fucking Cancun trip. They don't look like on Naked and Afraid, they lose weight. They show what they weighed in the beginning. They got to forage for food. They're miserable. These people are fucking bowling with coconuts and going on dates. They bring their own items, you know, from home. One dude brought there's coconuts there, but he was like, no, I need my special coconut oil to rub on these bitches. Okay. Jay is a 5-year-old man, and he's just looking to get some puss. Okay. He is island hopping. This boy is just massaging bitches left and right. And I say bitches with all due respect. Okay. But he's out here taking shots at the moon, just swinging for the fences, and he's going for it, you know, and you got to respect it. But it's like, I was looking for more survival shit. Like, that's what's fun. And that's what actually enticed me about it. It's because I love a good survival show. I watched 3 seasons of Meat Eater in one day, the first day I was sick. I love Survivor, man. Meat Eater, which is like a hunting show. It's beyond a hunting show because it shows you a full spectrum of a hunt. It shows you the prep, it shows you talking about the animal, everything. It shows the actual hunt, and then it shows him preparing and talking about the food and then eating it. That's always been my idea with what makes a good video is the whole experience. Not just, you know, like I would watch hunting shows when I was a kid, and it was mainly just guys sitting in a fucking deer, what are they buying? No. Blind, a deer blind, and they would just be fucking staring at them. They'd talk a little bit, they'd shoot it, and then the guy would pose with it, and then it'd go to some fucking fishing commercial, you know? And I was like, I was interested in it, but it was like, if they told a bigger story about this land, about these animals, about, you know, what they're going to cook with it, you want that full experience. And that's what Meat Eater is. So I love it. If you haven't seen Meat Eater, you're interested in hunting at all, give it a go. But I love all of that stuff. Survivor, man. Life Below Zero is another amazing one. So I was drawn to this one because I've liked Naked and Afraid. I think it's interesting. And I thought that this was going to be the survival show, and you're just trying to date someone at the same time. And why I thought that was amazing is I was like, because if you really want to get to know someone, watch them get hangry. You know, you're going to find out who the fuck someone is once you see them hangry. All right. And once you start getting a few nights, listen, you can survive one bad night of sleep and you're like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm just a little tired. But fucking 2, 3, 4 nights of no sleep in a row, fucking covered in mosquito bites, you've eaten a fucking 1 sea slug since you've been there. You're going to realize who the fuck that person is. Okay. And you're going to find out if you really want to diddle their daddle, you know, just something to think about. But honestly, I love it. I'm here for a shit show. It also makes me realize I did this video last November. Put it on Thanksgiving. Did it do good? Not really. Not really. The history of man and exploration. And it basically was this long bit, and I was talking about how the reason that men traveled across the world and found the new land, the new world, was never to discover new land. It was just for new pussy. And these men on this show completely illustrate that, because there was different islands. Like, it was a family of islands, and they all started off on pairs, just couples, and they would all navigate and intermingle. And after a couple days, the guys would just be like, yeah, this is fun. Fucking Kaylee is really cool and sweet. I just kind of want to see what else is out there, though, you know? Because they can like change their couples and everything. And it was always the guys who were just like, yeah, I kind of just want to go see what's on that other island. And like, they would get there and there'd be new women, and the guys would just be like, oh, okay, yeah. And then after a few days, they'd be like, kind of want to see what's on the other side. And like, the guys would be talking and be like, yeah, let's go see what some bitches over there are doing, you know? And I say bitches with all due respect, okay? And the women are completely, it's literally, it's so different, because it's like the women are really into the guys and trying to like pair up and be a couple. And the guys are the ones who are like, well, I'm trying to just see my options, you know? Guys are such dogs. I can't fight it though. It is what it is, okay? At the end of the day, I am who I am because I am who I am. It's great shit TV. It's trash television. You don't have to think, okay? I don't have to be appreciating. No one's going to quiz me on the storyline, the intertwines of character development, okay? I'm not going to have to define where my favorite character arc was during it, visually what some of my shots were. No, it's easy, you know? You just watch it and you're like, this is so ridiculous. And you watch it and you're like, the editors of this are painting such a picture and just manipulating these people's storylines to make it seem worse than it is. But I'm here for it. We'll talk about one more thing and then we'll get the fuck out of here, okay? Another quick episode, all right? I found out this morning, heartbreaking. Texas, you might have just crossed the line. Texas just made illegal Delta 8. If you don't know what Delta 8 is, it is Texas' version of THC, and it's goddamn good. Okay? It's like some cannabinoid part of marijuana that they legalized, and it actually gets you high a little bit. And it snuck through. And then Texas put out this law today banning it. And I'm besides myself. On the same day that I lose my taste and smell, I lose my ability to enhance my taste and smell. You know what doesn't make sense though? It's the one thing that doesn't make sense about Texas. A couple things. The abortion thing, obviously a very weird thing. I understand this is a very Bible-driven state. And if it's really for religious things, you know, if that's the real idea behind it, I'm like, I see where it's coming from in the sense of like, I see how you got here. I don't agree with it at all. And I'm not like, yeah, that makes sense. No, I'm like, I still think it's bad. But I could see how their mind was like, we should try to do this because it's a sin. But I mean, I just thought in this day and age, we would be like, we shouldn't do that. It's all, especially in a state that's such about freedom and choice, depending on what city you're in. It's so weird that Austin is like such a liberal city, but they're really like so much segregation in the name of inclusion. It's so odd to me. That's another podcast though, that my brain is not powered up for right now. But it doesn't make sense to me even financially for Texas to outlaw Delta 8. It doesn't make sense for them to even outlaw THC. Why? Prohibition, baby. You know what you're doing? Do you know what Texas is doing right now? They're funneling money to California. And goddamn it, I'm a patriot. As a proud Texan, okay? I'm a patriot of this state. And we shouldn't be giving money to those liberals in California. I'm just teasing. You know, it's only a matter of time before I don't identify as a Californian anymore, right? I don't know when it is. I don't know when the threshold passes. But to be honest, I don't give a shit about anything. I don't give a shit whatever you want to identify as. I don't care. When people identify as Austinites, I throw up a little bit in my mouth. And now that I have COVID, I kind of want to throw up in their mouth. Just be like, don't ever identify as a fucking Austinite again. Okay? It's such an odd thing. It's a weird flex to just be like, I never left my hometown. You know? Be proud of something that you actually have control over. You know? Like, that's what's interesting about when you're proud that you're born somewhere. It's like, you were just born there. Be a good steward of the planet, right? Like, wherever you go, you should be adding value to that place rather than just like, we're just holding this down over here, you know? Because it definitely wasn't Californians that ruined California. Like regular people, no. It was all the weird mentally ill fucks that moved there to be famous. And they were just like, yeah, we play pretend and we get paid a lot of money, so we think the world's fake. Okay? Maybe we are we're living in a fucking simulation. The fuck knows? But listen, none of this COVID stuff even happened until Greta Thunberg said she wasn't going to let parents or adults get away with it. And right now, it kind of seems like she's winning. But in reality, before I lose this thought, I just got it back. If we, like, that's the thing is, THC has been proven to not have any issues, causing no problems. I don't get the legal issue here in Texas. It's so much more money for Texas if they did this. And that's the one thing that I think, if you want to tie it back into this, to the abortion law, it must just be such a religious grip hold on Texas, because there's no other reason to not legalize marijuana here. Be great for the economy. So much money in prohibition basically going to California, going to Colorado, all these other states that are just bringing it in. You can control it, tax it, regulate it. Yeah, it just must be a religious thing. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you. Listen, I know I talked about people that annoyed me today, but for the most part, I got an overwhelming amount of support and people writing me, telling me to feel better and everything. And that's what we're going to do. We're just going to keep focused. I'm going to try my best. Listen, I'm not fucking Tony Robbins, where I'm like, I just got to focus on just the positive. And I'm at a 10, you know? Sometimes it's hard to focus on just the positive shit. I get 20, 30 people telling me to feel better. I get one person talking shit and I'm just eyeballing that one person, you know? I got to do better. I got to focus on the shit that's going to move forward. But I truly do want to thank everyone who told me to feel better, who gave me any kind of recommendation and just reached out, you know? It made me feel all warm inside. All right. So thank you. Thank you for listening to the episode. And yeah, we're just going to keep doing what we do, baby. Remember, no matter what, I still love you.